everybody. It's Quinn, Elegance on 18 Wheels. As you can tell, I'm down here again in Shipshewana at the Large Cars Paradise at ARI, having a beautiful day. And as you can see behind me, I got another beautiful creation. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely beautiful, guys. You're gonna love this one. The interior is done just magnificently and it's so well put together. But I've got the owner, JJ, I've got John Miller, I've got Dominique, I've even got Brandon down here. That we're actually gonna have a good talk about how this baby came together and what all it took to make it happen. So guys, on that note, we're gonna look at it a little bit deeper, and I'm gonna let you guys enjoy this one. Wait till you see what all went into it. We'll be right back. Guys, I have been stunned before and I am in awe again. I have an opportunity now to actually introduce you to the actual owner. And I know you don't. I know this gentleman on your left here needs no introduction.
Oh yeah, we do. We do. Yes.
That's Mr. John Miller, of course. And the owner to our right is actually JJ Otis. JJ, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic.
JJ, I am falling all over myself over this beautiful T-880 that you got here, man, and the interior to the starburst on the back of the sleeve. It is absolutely beautiful. Can you tell me a little bit about this particular truck?
I wanted something different. I had all white trucks, and I had white fenders and white tanks, and just whited them out. And I wanted to do something different, and red's my favorite color, so I chose red, and I went with it.
And man, this is explosive. Every time the sun hits it, it gives me a chill, man, the way that it just explodes around us. What made you go with the T-880?
I went with the T-880 because, first of all, John could get me a chassis. That was a huge problem. And then the 880, it can do the heavy-duty front axle for the bigger sleepers.
Mm-hmm. And you said that it was a problem. I know with the economy being the way that it is, and a lot of guys are wondering how in the world did he get this new rig? How did you actually come about getting this particular rig in this shortage of trucks that we're in?
I called up John, and John said, hey, I have a couple slots that you can get with the deposit, and then you can just change my order to whatever you want. And he gave me one of his builds that he's allowed.
So John, can you elaborate on that a little bit? Tell me
Yeah.
how can this happen, and what makes it possible?
Well, everybody knows about the part shortages, which is bad. Everybody's trailers, trucks, cars, fridges, microwaves. We're all going through it, and so we're fortunate that Kenworth of Fort Wayne has been doing business with ARI for many years. So even though Kenworth allocated the dealerships, we were only allowed to get so many trucks per year, order new trucks.
Okay.
We were fortunate enough that ARI is a part of that allocation. So we have trucks on order for this year. We have trucks already on order for next year. So
Okay.
when Jared called, I said, yeah, hey, Jared, I got a couple slots that have not been spoken for. If you want, give me a deposit. I'll go in. I'll do the change order. I changed the engine horsepower. Of course, we changed to this
The wheelbase,
beautiful
the
the
sleeper
wheelbase.
size.
Yeah, and and it was off and running at that point. It was his truck.
Okay.
A lot of people are struggling to find new trucks.
Yes, they are.
No doubt about that. And it's going to be that way again in 2023. All the dealerships have been allocated once again. But once again, we're fortunate that some of our allocation is ARI trucks.
Okay.
So we will have trucks available. We already have trucks on order for first quarter next year, 680s, 900s, and 880s. A couple 880s left for this year yet.
Okay.
If anybody would be interested.
So, John, let them know how they can get in contact with you, because I know there's going to be a lot of people in our audience is definitely going to be interested in the information you just shared with them.
Yeah.
How can they get in touch with you to see if that
Real
can happen?
simple. Just give Kenworth of Fort Wayne a call. We have 3 salespeople there. We do floor days. I'd love to tell everybody to ask just for John Miller, but in fairness to the other 2 sales guys, it is on our floor days, when you call in, whoever's working that day. The other 2 salesmen are very experienced as well. They know this industry inside and out as far as ARIs. All 3 of us would be able to help.
Outstanding. And guys, we're going to put John's information right at the bottom of the screen, so please, those windows are still open for those opportunities. If you want to put yourself in a big bunk like this, you can definitely get it through John and his team down in
Kenworth of Fort Wayne.
Outstanding. So, Jay, let's go into this build now, man.
All right, let's do it.
What made you want to go with the 168 inches of beautiful rig like this? What is it that you actually do with this truck?
I do household moving, where I do moving for the soldiers with the military.
Oh, wow. That must be exciting.
Yes, that's exciting, and it's also a lot of work. But so you need a good place to rest at night. And I wanted to do the 168 because I wanted to do the big fridge. That was really important to me.
Yes.
Because I cook everything in here.
And do you have a team that you run with this, Jay, or is it just you?
Just me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep, just me.
So when you went in, was this your actual plan to have 168 inches of beautiful sleeper like this? And well, first off, guys, you see that red canvas that's behind them right now? That's the actual bunk. Am I not correct, guys?
Yep, that's the bed that folds down.
And you can actually recline. So when you're looking at this video, and please don't keep hitting me with, "Well, Quinn, where's the bed?" They're actually sitting right where the bed
is
reclines.
right here. This just folds down, and
what size? But tell them, what size bed is that?
this
you have?
is a 48-inch bed.
Okay.
You can get them in several different sizes: a 44, 48, and a 54 now.
54, I believe.
Yeah.
So JJ, tell me what type of engine we got in this?
We got the Cummins 565 horsepower with the 2050 torque in there.
What kind of trans you got in it?
It's got
13 speed Eaton.
yeah. It's got
I got
the
you.
13
I
speed.
got you. I got you.
You got me on that one? Yeah.
And what type of wheelbase do we have on this?
This is a 332 wheelbase, which is why I chose the 168, because I didn't want to go over that. That's what my last truck was, about the size for the wheelbase, and I just didn't want to go anymore. I still got to be able to run around in the streets.
So, and I noticed you have the starburst, like I said, on the back of the sleeper. Was that your design, or was that something that?
That's one of the designs that the team at ARI offers. I like it because if it's dirty, you got the lines in there, it kind of breaks it apart from just
Yes.
one piece of stainless.
Yes.
Where, you know, if you got some rock dents in there, because obviously back doors or the back of the cab gets beat up a little bit.
Yeah.
We got the fenders on there, which helps a lot, but you still get all that stuff hitting back there. And the sunburst will actually help it so you don't see that.
Okay. And how long, John? How long did it actually take this project to go from start to where we are today?
Oh my gosh, Jared, I don't know if I remember. It probably was at least 6 months, wasn't it?
I think I called you in February,
Okay. Yeah.
and it's all about when the chassis can arrive.
Right.
So
Otherwise, the chassis is the problem. Once the chassis is here, ARI, they schedule everything based upon the chassis.
And
okay.
so he gave me a deposit. We wrote the change order. Truck got built at about the time frame that we thought it was going to be per Kenworth schedule. And then after it comes off the line, it goes over here and sits for a while because there's going to be a part missing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just going to be.
Okay.
That time frame is sometimes a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But ARI allows that because they know it's going to happen. It's just the way it is today. So I can't remember exactly how long your truck sat. We always call it the bean field, but it probably was 2 or 3 weeks at least.
Yeah, it was about 2 weeks, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
So John, is there any advice you want to give to a future particular owner operator that you might find be helpful to them at this point?
Well, if you, as the way it is today, and everybody knows tomorrow may be different news, but the way it is today, if you have thoughts of going into a dealership, be it Peterbilt, be it Freightliner, Volvo, Kenworth, and order a truck and see it, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
It just isn't.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's the way it is today. The part shortages are real. They are going to last, we feel, at least through halfway through next year, if not longer.
Oh wow, really?
So what you need to do is you need to find yourself a dealer, and of course I'm promoting Kenworth, but there's other manufacturers that put ARI sleepers on. And find yourself a truck that's coming, that they have on order, work that truck, get the deposits, make the change orders. They can only make change orders so far out from production dates. That's
Okay.
important to know.
Okay.
You know, we had plenty of time with Jared,
did.
so we can make the changes and no problems. You get within 15, 16 weeks of the build date, that major changes get much more difficult with Kenworth, and obviously there's a reason for that.
Okay.
Colors can be changed up to 8 weeks out from build date, so a little bit more room there.
My question would be, John, if like with Jared has a 300 plus wheelbase on here, how is that part of that change order? Would that be something that would be?
Wheelbases can be changed.
Oh, okay.
That would be considered a major change to Kenworth.
Okay.
So we got to be in that 16 weeks or so time frame to make those major changes. But yeah, anything to do with frame, engine, transmissions, that type of thing is considered major.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now, from outside, Jared, you picked a color that literally just knocks your eyes out your head. The red and the white combination is absolutely unbelievable. Where did that come from? Or did I ask that?
Red is my favorite color, and I wanted it to stand out, and it does. It was even the white actually calmed the red down before the stripes even was on there. It was just like a sun. It was bright red as you could think.
And yeah, if you haven't noticed already, we're gonna look at this rig one more time. But before we look at it again, I gotta get an opportunity to get the gentleman that actually was in the process of painting this bad boy, because it is absolutely huge, and a canvas this big couldn't be done by anybody else but our good team from CRS Customs, Mr. Dominique. Dominique Miller, where are you? What's up, my hero? All right.
How you doing, Quinn?
Outstanding. Oh, Dominique, thank you so very much for getting us together and making this happen, man. We got a beautiful day out here, and Jared got me licking the bumpers on this beauty here. And
we're not just hissing this time, though.
Oh no, we're going all the way on this one. Dominic, I need to know, man, and people have been asking me from our other videos and stuff, how in the world does he get the paint on it so flawless?
Well,
tell me a little bit about you.
For one, lots of practice. We've been working with ARI for a long time. You know, they put out a pretty good build. And on the outside, it's easy to deal with. But as far as just figuring out what it takes from us and our end on you know, between the paint matching and the spraying, application, sealers, we've got it down.
Yes.
We've been doing it for a while.
Yes.
So that's why we're getting a little bit crazier with what we're doing.
And that crazy is everybody going crazy over it, especially me. Even down to the graphics. I mean, everything is just flowing so well with this unit. How did you feel about it when you first got introduced to this combination?
Well, so he's correct me if I'm wrong, you've never had graphics on it before.
I've never had.
And he was curious about it, and I'm like, hey, you know, curiosity is how you go places. So I could throw designs together. You want to do it, you don't want to do it, that's fine. We'll throw some stuff on paper, and if you hate it, we'll just can the idea all together. So
it looked good. I told him to go ahead and do it.
He's questioned it a couple times.
At one point, I told him to rip it off.
I'm like, hey man, we literally just put it on.
You have to see it first. I can rip it off later. And I'm glad he talked me off the ledge.
So, you know, at that point, we hadn't put the ceramic coating on yet. It would have been a time to be able to do it. But, you know, one thing that I found with a lot of these trucks, especially of this size, it's a lot of blank canvas, and it can kind of bother you sometimes.
Yes.
So, you know, a little bit of something in there to break it up, and again, you know, I'll happily rip it off later.
It looks good.
So, Dominique, let me ask you this. From the time you took delivery of the truck, was this sleeper actually on this truck, or was it an off-frame paint job for this one?
So, we painted this one off. This was one of the ones that we paint the sleeper, deliver it back to ARI. ARI does the mount, and actually we had the opportunity to be able to get it to everybody that it needed to go to before we even got our hands on it. So he went and got the fenders done on it.
And then you also came and picked it up and painted the fuel tanks before there was a sleeper existed.
Yep, that's true too. Before the sleeper was even going down the line, we picked it up, painted the fuel tanks on it.
Oh wow.
Brought it back over to ARI. So yeah, we've had this truck.
Yeah, you've had it
a couple times.
And that's one of the cool things about everything that you do, Dominic. You have windows of back and forth applications that and to babysit a unit with that much, you know, accuracy and TLC is really, really commendable.
Well, that has a lot to do with ARI and the dealers too that they deal with. It's just it's a great setup, great team. Really smart coordination of it all.
And everybody's works well with each other, and they just take care of it. Whatever you need, they make it happen.
Sometimes I talk to Brandon more than my wife.
So I just show up and pick it up, and everything's done for me.
So Dominique, man, that is absolutely amazing, man. All the work that you guys put into this and the steps that it took to get here. But Dominique, we didn't touch base on one special piece that really floored me when I opened the doors up on this truck. Tell me something about this interior of this cab, man.
So, he surprised me with this one. It's something that we hadn't done before, and I kind of threw the question at him. I was like, we're a custom shop. If you want something, you just tell me what it is. We'll figure out a way to do it, or just tell you we can't do it.
So I told him everything I wanted. I told him to paint the dash, do the panel on the door, and unfortunately we ran out of time to get the seats reupholstered because they are going to be red. But that will get done eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
So once we started getting everything tied in together, he started getting pretty excited about it, and he was like, "Man, just that one little missing piece is those seats."
It's just one little missing piece, but it will get corrected very soon.
And big shout out to Nationwide Chrome. This is the first time that I've gotten to directly deal with Pete Faulkner since I was actually introduced by Rick and Terry Henderson to him, and he's been a big part of some projects that we have coming up. And I'm really excited about the possibility between, car guys and the ceramic coating and auto obsessions with the window tints and paint protection, audio, lighting, and now I have a chrome shop in my arsenal of tools that we can customize these things with. It's incredible.
It is.
So I called him and I said, we got to add some ceramic tint to the windows too. And just kept adding more and more. and he doesn't tell me no.
We got it done.
Yep.
So at this point, guys, JJ, is there anyone that you would like to send any special shout-outs out to?
I just want to thank ARI and their whole team. They got this truck looking great. Dominic did a great job in CRS Customs, and they got this thing looking show quality. And shout out to John Miller at Fort Wayne Truck Center for getting me a chassis and getting me started on a dream truck.
So, JJ, let me ask you this. I know you're not a big truck show person, but would you consider this unit being show quality?
Everyone else would say yes. I know the truck is great. I think it looks great. I think I'm probably a little bit hard on myself, and I would say, there's definitely trucks that are better than that, but it is a very, very nice truck.
Very well put together. And from a professional photographer and truck enthusiast that's like myself, I say that it is definitely show quality.
Absolutely.
And the whole team that you put together to make this come to fruition is unbelievable. These guys know I'm crazy about their crafts and their expertise. I mean, it makes my job so much easier.
Right.
But that's what I mean. This is what I wanted our audience to see, that this working class piece of equipment is indeed a showpiece. And Jared, thank you so very much. Guys, we got one more person we got to get in here, and that's the man that actually had something to do with putting this all together. And that man is Brandon Sturgis. Brandon, where might you be?
You man. I'm right here, Quinn. How are you, buddy?
There he is. All right. Now, it's about time, man. You had me waiting and all excited to talk to you today, and I know you were busy, but, man, you guys have killed this T-880, man. This is unbelievable. Come on, Brandon. You got to tell me, man. How did you get it started, man?
Well, Jared's been a great customer of mine. This is his second truck with me. Came in for service one day and came in my office and said, man, we got to talk a new truck. He says, I got some things in mind. Let's go out in the shop and look around. I said, well, Jared, I got some things to show you. We went into a couple sleepers and we got some ideas. His main focus was the countertop on the driver's side, so he could get that full length countertop without the brake, with the side door in it. Shower on the driver's side. Wanted a full size refrigerator, household style. And so that's kind of how it all started, and then this was the end result, which people are loving it.
It turned out amazing.
I can't tell you how many compliments this sleeper had when it was going down the line. Everybody took a real liking to it. And
from start to finish, a lot of the guys, we know that a lot of the trucks are being pushed back and they're hard to come by and everything. What type of timeline was it to get this one to this point?
Well, from the build date, we get a build date from the manufacturer, and we have to allow 90 days from the build date of the truck. Now, the manufacturer can build a truck in one day, but with all the part shortages, chip shortages, and things like that, we're seeing 90 days from the build date of the chassis to get to ARI.
Okay.
Once it gets to ARI, it's another 30 days for completion for us to get the sleeper mounted and go through inspections and rain testing and all of that stuff. So right now it's from build date to finish date is approximately 120 days.
Right.
And longer if you do more custom stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
With a unit like this, people are going to wonder. JJ, can you tell us a little bit of a ballpark as to what a unit like this would cost to put together?
That's probably one of the most common questions I get too.
Mm-hmm.
So, the chassis was about $163,000, and then the sleeper was for full blown custom sleeper with the extra height and everything. It was $183,000, and then after FET, taxes, all that stuff, extended warranty, all the work that CRS Customs did, and the fenders and everything, I'm into it about $440,000.
Wow. And guys,
And they're not giving them away.
No.
And
But
this
it
is,
looks absolutely amazing.
It is. I mean, it's worth every dime of it. And I know that we talked earlier about your application of work, and it's definitely gonna be rewarding in your field of expertise. Brandon, with $180,000 sleeper, was it a challenge to fulfill everything that JJ wanted in that application?
Absolutely not. I mean, I enjoy what I do, and each and every sleeper I build is always a challenge in one way or another. Mm-hmm. And to see the end result is very rewarding to me. Yes. And to see Jared a smile on his face, he can't thank me enough. That is very rewarding to me, and what makes me do what I do.
Outstanding. So Brandon, at this point, is there any special shouts or thanks that you'd like to send out?
Well, I just like to thank Jared, as always, being a repeat customer as he is. I'd like to thank my ARI family, you for being here doing this, CRS Customs for what they do, all my production guys out back, all my service guys over there to make the dream work. And it did indeed. Jared, once again, sir, I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to spotlight your rig and share it with our fans. And man, I hope they beat your door down for autographs.
No problem.
You got to see this truck in person. Video and photos do not do it justice.
One of those things you're going to have to do, Jared, is get you a little flyer made when people knock on your door and say, here, just take this. This is what it is.
Here's ARI's number, here's Kenworth's number, and here's what it costs, just because you're going to ask me.
That's right, yeah. All right, one more thing I'd like to add, Quinn. If anybody out there would like to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me at ARI at 260-768-4704. Or you can email me at bsturgis, that's STURGIS, at legacysleepers.com. And guys, thank you so very much. Everybody, this is Quinn, Elegance on 18 Wheels. I got JJ here, and I got Brandon. We're in the lap of luxury in this beautiful T-880. Guys, thank you. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Quinn.
Thanks, Quinn.
What did you think? It looked pretty good to me, huh? I told you were going to be excited about it. It's a beautiful, beautiful truck. I love the way it came together. I love meeting everybody that was involved in it. And now you have a little bit more information on what it takes to actually put a rig like this together. and it is something to see and to behold. Well, we've got some stuff that's coming up in the next couple of months. It's going to be just as stunning as this one, but I'm gonna save that for last. Right now, let's just enjoy this a little bit more. And once again, this is Quinn, Elegance in 18 Wheels magazine, and we love your audience. Stay tuned, guys. We'll see you next time.